Hey Shike, doing a-okay, just letting people know I've gone live. What's up, promo? Just letting everybody know I've gone live. Right. Okay. I've posted about everywhere. I think we're ready to go live now. Well, I mean, we're already live, but you know what I mean. Are we on autofocus? Yes, we are. Okay. My chair is all the way over here for some reason. Okay. Hey, yo, hello everybody. Welcome to part 2 of my, there we go. Welcome to part 2 of the live build of the Master Grade SD Gundam Aerial. Here it is, here's what we got so far, looking pretty good. So we are gonna finish that today. So, all well and nice. Okay. By the way, I decided to move my my view pointer to the top of the screen. Just because I wanted to see if that makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on for you guys at home. Anyhow, so let's get down to business. We are finishing up Master Grade SD, and there's not a whole lot left actually. Yeah, really not a whole lot left, because all that's left is the arms and backpack, I think. Because we already finished the arms and no, not the arm. We finished the legs, the weapons. We finished all of that, so this. It's going to be a pretty breezy little build. All in all honesty. But, nonetheless, we get to work. And we build. H124, right? Where are you? Where the fuck are you? Got the right piece, didn't I? Oh no. Oops. I almost made a terrible mistake there. Hold on. Hold up. I needed 25. I cut out the wrong piece. Oopsie doopsie. In other news, also, I recently helped my dad sell something, so I got some, and I got a crap load of money from it. So I got some new model kits on the way. Shike. I'm not gonna give away what one of them is, but there was a Digimon one in there, and I'm because it wasn't one I was expecting to get, but it was on sale, and it actually looks really cool. So you're probably gonna like it. I'm not gonna give too much of a hint. All I'm gonna say is tamers. Also, in other news, I have a member poll for like I said in like the kind of live channel update. I do have a YouTube members poll, so consider donating if you guys would be so kind as to consider donating $5. You guys can decide what I build this week. This week I'm going to be building something from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. You have an option of the Dragon Gundam, Gundam Rose, Gundam Master, or Master Gundam and his funky horse. So some pretty cool stuff in there. But of course, okay. And then next week I'm probably going to build something not Gundam related, just because it's good. It's good to kind of like not rely too much on my go-tos like Transformers, Transformers and Gundam. Hey Nathan. Another month. And then what else? I also ordered a what else did I order? I ordered a number of different things just because I had a lot more money, so I could get some pretty rad stuff. Arms might be a little bit more complex than expected. So that's 8. So let's put 8 on now. What else did I get up to this weekend? Yesterday, I watched The Sixth Sense for the first time. Which really fucking good movie that actually. M. Night Shyamalan. Hello, RT2211. Hope you're doing well. Just building the Gundam. And hello, Johnny. By the way, I've switched around the where my silly little head is, so that you guys can see the screen a little bit better. So see me building a little bit better. Hope it works. Anyhow. Right now we are building the hands, and I already got that part out, and I think I already got that part out here. No, I'll cut it out later. H122. In other news, so yeah, very good movie. It's kind of funny. It still has some of M. Night Shyamalan's quirks, shall we say, but I think it's still a really good movie. Although I wouldn't call it like flat out horror movie. Kind of. It's kind of more so like a kind of tragedy, or I don't know. Don't know what you'd classify it as, but really good movie. In other news, also on my own time, I also built the Master Grade for Zeta Gundam, which I've heard a lot of praise for, and yeah, it is 100% earned. That thing is genuinely a fantastic little kit. And I think I told this story before, but it's a nice story. I want to say it. I'll tell it again. It was one that was on my radar for a while, and I actually had an opportunity to get it for a little bit cheaper at Hobby Lobby, just because you guys know how Hobby Lobby works. You know, they tend to get things. They have that 40% off, 40% discount on box model kits, which okay, that's weird. Hold on. And I had an opportunity to get it, but there was a kid, and it'd been there for a bit, and I was gonna grab it, but a kid was in the store. A kid was there, and he was trying to convince his mom to get it for him. And and the mom was at that moment pretty apprehensive. Love how the figure looks so far. Yeah, no, it looks great. And the mom was pretty apprehensive. It was like, I don't know. And I could have. Oh God. I could have, gone in for the kill, oh, and you know, and like just kind of waited it out, and just and then kind of gotten it for myself. But I in that moment I'm like, nah. What I did was I essentially acted like the kid's wingman and convinced his mom to kind of get it. It was like, oh no, it's a model that's gotten like great reviews. Everybody kind of praises it, and I even flat out said, you know, I was planning on getting it myself. And they did try to be like, oh no, no, you can get it. It's like, nah, you get it. It's totally cool. Cause I think a lot of ways, like I think it's good that to allow kids the chance to experience Gundam. Although that being said, that I'm trying to remember how old that kid was. I think it would he have been like, yeah, nah. I was thinking, oh, would that kid have been too tough for him? Nah. I built that kit, and it's honestly not too bad. Say hello. Oh, EW, not for Ka version last night on a live stream giveaway. Nice. Yeah. I remember you showed that off in my Discord. Which, yeah, that just winning winning something like that is always kind of cool. I had a lot of fun doing that giveaway for the Master Grade Origin, the Master Grade Origin Gundam. I could. Although next time I do a giveaway, I'm probably gonna do something a little bit less pricey, and also I might make rules about shipping to other countries, because the winner was Chaffee. Chaffee's awesome. He is a cool dude, but also shipping to Canada is very expensive. That's the only bummer. When did that something I will say with Bandai model kits that I find kind of interesting is when they kind of make a model kit of the of whoever, that's kind of it for a while, isn't it? And in a way that's good, like in a way that is pretty nice. Like, so the thing is with Transformers, they get to a lot of characters, certain characters faster, but also they do tend to repeat certain characters a lot in toys, whereas it kind of feels like for Gundam, it's like, okay, and you know, there's a chance that like said new version isn't going to be particularly good, whereas it kind of feels like for the most part with Gundam, when there's a kit, that's going to be it, and hopefully and generally it's good enough. Like the Master Grade Shining Gundam I have, you know, it's an older kit, but still in a lot of ways very fun. you know? You know, like, I'm sure there are some people who still long for a new, they still long for a new Zeta, a new Shining Gundam, but seems like seems like for most people, it's a case of we leave well enough alone. But that being said, it does take a while, like for them to get to certain characters. Like, holy shit, when are they going to get to Bolt Gundam? Like, what do you mean, like, the Shuffle Alliance members, there's, like, they have all the crew except for, what's his name? Argol Golski. Why? He's like literally the last. He's the last guy they need. They got to Shadow Gundam. They got to before him. They got to that weird Mandela Gundam. It's like just get to Argo. You know, get to the character that's actually, like, you know. I know Argo Golski is not like, is not considered the you know, the most powerful character, but he's or even he's the most popular of the Shuffle Alliance. But at the same time, you know. Oh no. But at the same time, it'd still be nice to get all the members in. I hate when toy lines, they kind of sit on their asses when it comes to completing certain members of a team. Actually, holy shit, we want to talk about that with Transformers. Rampage and Depth Charge, man. They just have no luck. Because during Kingdom and Legacy, none of them got toys. It wasn't until and none of them got toys. And Quick Strike took a while, but to be honest with Quick Strike, he would have been a little bit easier, because the thing is, Depth Charge and Rampage were, what was it, like the equivalent of what was it called? Ultra Class? Like the equivalent, they were the equivalent of like Voyager. No, maybe not even Voyager. They were the equivalent of Leader Class toys, weren't they? Like they were pretty, they were really substantial. So the bummer there is that they're, and they have so much going on to. Depth Charge is the water guy, and unfortunately, as a general rule, more aquatic-based Transformers, from what I can tell, usually aren't the highest sellers. And not helping matters is not helping matters either is the Rampage might be even worse, because he's got like so much going on. He is a very, very busy design. Right. I think the worst aspect, and I think one of the saddest aspect of that is, there's a whole third-party scene for Transformers, and there was that company TransArt who they were working on making toys of a lot of the like Beast Wars Transmetal figures, which was a really good niche because this meant that they were, because Dallas Takara was gonna get to all of the, because Dallas Takara would do like your basic Beast Wars cast members. So doing like stuff from the Transmetal era, that's a nice niche. So we could probably get some aspects that probably were less likely, and they made good figures too. But and some not so good, if I'm being honest. But unfortunately for them, they went under just before they were about to do Depth Charge and what's his face, and Depth Charge and Rampage. It seems like they are. Who's that new company? There's that new company, Robot Toys. They've been killing, and they did that fantastic Waspinator. I ordered their Scorponok, and I'm really excited for that too. And they've kind of been teasing multiple times that they're gonna finally do Depth Charge and Rampage. So here's hoping. Don't give up. All right, let me see. Comments. Being honest, made a second favorite. Shuffle lines. Yeah, no, Space Pirate too. That is cool. Let's see. Yo, Master Grade SE. Yeah. Hope you're enjoying the build. I am Fruit Punch. I really am. This has been a really nice build, in all honesty. I do have some minor complaints about the build. Some bits feel a little bit precarious. Like, it feels like I'm putting stress on the joints sometimes. Which, never particularly the greatest feeling, but otherwise, it looks amazing so far. And I really think the SD style really works for the Gundam Aerial. I like its design already, and kind of chipifying it actually works quite a bit. Why does water characters get the short end of the stick? It's weird. It's kind of like an unwritten rule. And it's not with all franchises, but as a general rule, more aquatic based characters or aquatic based themes tend not to do as well. Kind of a weird one for me. This is gonna be a weird one. I doubt too many people will know what the hell I'm talking about. But there was an old Lego theme called Alpha Team. Alpha Team was very, very popular. But of the entries, everybody know, they had three different themings. One was kind of your more general, like, secret agents theme, where but the second one, it was an aquatic theme. They're underwater doing spy stuff. A lot of the tools and gadgets were a lot more water-based. And And also, they... And also, what else? There was the more, like they had like robotic squid submarines and the like. It was kind of cool. And then the third theme was more like Arctic kind of deep freeze. Some of those sets actually were really interesting in that they were capable of transformations, which is really unique for a Lego set. But anyhow, of the three, most people remember the first, either the first theme or the third theme. I never see anyone bringing up the second theme, which is, and it's a shame because I do think the aquatic stuff still has a lot of merit to it, but oh. Or hell, going to Bionicle, most people when they bring up Bionicle sets, that's like the water-based characters do fine, but like the aquatic-based sort of setting with oh, there are the fingers. But like the aquatic-based setting for theme number, which one was it? Maru Nui, was it? Like that's one that I don't see a lot of people bring up. And some of that has to do with, some of that also has to do with marketing. I don't remember seeing a lot of commercials for the Maru Nui stuff. In fact, I remember a lot more of the commercials for kind of, the Paraka era stuff, the yo Paraka, da 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 da. That goofy ass rap, but it was successful. I remember a lot of people to this day people remember those Paraka commercials. It was a part I'd already gotten out before. Thank goodness I saved that. These are some pretty good little fists. Is this backwards? All right. That feels a lot better. All right. I have mine discipline, and yes, valid complaints. Which he finished the shield bits. Those are my favorite parts. Yeah, no. Yeah, the Witch from Mercury Gundam has a lot of cool aspects to it. It's not like the most radical redesign of the Gundam, but it is one that's like... That is... very distinct. It's definitely one that's like, you know, compared to like there is a Gundam that I think, in my opinion, try to go for like a softer look and didn't really work. I think it was, which one was it? Reconquista in G. Which where it kind of felt like it was a Gundam with all the corners removed. It was, it's a very odd design for Gundam, and and I don't like it because it makes looking up G Gundam a lot more frustrating. It's like, oh, did you mean Reconquista in G? No, I want G Gundam. I gotta, part of me wonders if with like G Cucks they wanted, or G Quacks or whatever it's called, they wanted something that no one on Earth would be able to kind of, the name could be kind of mistaken for someone else, so they just gave it the most overly long, ridiculous name possible. Although I say that, and isn't like the next Gundam series called like RG Gundam Zero? It's like there's a series, isn't that the name? That's also like the name of your like model kit brand or your model kit line, the real grades. Like that could not have been like the best name you could possibly get. Looks interesting though. I'm curious to see the weird kind of like half alien, half Zaku aliens. That sounds ridiculously nutty, but also very interesting. I do have one thing though. I do have one thing. For the love of God, do not, and I repeat this, do not have the aliens turn out to have been humans all along. Let the aliens be proper aliens, because okay. There's this anime called Martian Successor Nadesco. I don't know if it was the first usage of that cliche, but it is the one that feels the most like the most natural usage of it. Because it actually, and especially because they were still kind of very, alien in a lot of ways. God, my successor Nadeska is great. Highly recommend that anime. But I've been informed about this one anime's Gundam series called Age, where they're hyping it up like, oh, they're alien. First time Gundam's fighting aliens. And then they do that twist, and also the other thing is, whenever you reveal them to be humans, they suddenly completely changes the dynamic of how things go, of how they work. So Chalfie, he was in chat a while ago, and he described like the initial alien threats as like no redeeming qualities. Like they are just outright space bastards. And then as soon as they're revealed to be humans all along, it completely changes the dynamic, and suddenly they're like, ooh, soft baby. And it's like, lame. I know Tokyo Mew Mew had that. Tokyo Mew Mew had the aliens turn out to be humans all along. I don't know if you can hear it, but someone's mowing their lawn outside while I'm streaming. Very rude. Sometimes I just think it's good to kind of let sometimes I think it's good to just let like your villains be villains. And trying to just kind of completely derail things and suddenly make them sympathetic. And add like, it feels trite. Right. And it feels like it was especially bad for that one Devil May Cry show. Holy shit. What a fucking disaster that was. Oh, that's strange. Oh, that makes sense. This is Come on you get. Okay. Okay, there we go. So pudgy. Okay, I do notice. Can we get these? Hopefully I can get those shoulder pads on a little bit tighter later, but we'll see. Let's see. Okay. Are these done? Not yet. So I'll put them aside for now, though. All right, A120. Oh, wait, is that what happens? Is that what happens in the Blue Beetle movie? Yeesh. again, just again, it feels like it's an attempt at making your story a lot deeper than it actually is, and it's like it doesn't make it more substantial. It just makes it more, or it just makes it a lot more. Well, actually, no, it makes it a lot more like trite and predictable. ~ 1929. You know, I'll say that one of the smartest things that that Fishman Island for One Piece, that the One Piece did is, from a storytelling point of view, is when they had the villain Horty Jones, that's his name. When they had him just kind of be like, yo, why do you hate humans so much? Why are you doing all this stuff? What did humans do to you? And he's like, nothing. Nope, not a thing. I think it's, just having that not only makes it feel a lot more interesting. It allows the villain to be just like a villain, and that's good. It also plays a lot better for the overall message about bigotry and all that. Gotcha. The Blue Beetle movie. I don't know. Well, it allows the message about bigotry and all that to be a lot stronger because the fact that Horny Jones or whatever doesn't have like any kind of actual emotional baggage. He's just a dick. It honestly makes the moral work. A big problem with that arc is that Horty Jones as a villain is, himself not the most interesting of characters. He kind of, he doesn't have like, oh shoot, I wasn't supposed to put this on yet. Also, another blessing about Horty being just kind of a dick. It means that we're spared from an overly long backstory. One Piece. I love ya. You're a great show. Or great manga. Whatever. No more backstories, please. That to me, like, I love One Piece, but they're just so they just get so many overly long flashbacks, and it's particularly bad in the which arc was it? Which arc is it? You know what? No, they're just. It's like every arc. It feels like every arc has some just crazy long backstory, and sometimes they're really cool. But do I need one? Do we need one every arc? Like, do I really need this much baggage? Jesus. One Piece, I love One Piece, but his backstory to anime. It wasn't as bad. With the backstories at first. A lot of the time with One Piece, they were in the early. A lot of the times they were actually pretty good about while they had backstories, they didn't get overly long. Like Usopp's backstory, it's important, what his deal is, but it was told within like 7 minutes of the original anime. I think this runner's done. Done. But holy shit, it got really bad during Dressrosa. Like, we need the backstory. We need the flashbacks for freaking Trafalgar Law. We need the flashbacks for what's his face? For Doflamingo. We need the backstories for we need the flashback backstories for Aros and Rebecca. We need. There's just so many, too many. Calm down. Let your story breathe. Damn it. Ugh. Oh. I find it funny with which arc was it? With Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island has some new backstories, but also I think they kind of realized with that one, okay, we gotta let people breathe, man. So it's kind of laid out a lot better. And also, God bless Zoe. Zoe was such a lovely little arc. Just like, let's all calm down. Let's have a bit of fun. I think what Wano I think what Wano has a lot of high points for One Piece. I do think it also it still has a lot of the same problems that Dressrosa has. A little less bad, especially in terms of animation, just because God, Dressrosa looks like shit. Like the animation for Dressrosa was not One Piece's best. So best. But at the same time, I do kind of notice a lot of, you know, a lot of the similar problems. Oh, which is kind of funny because at the time, Wano got a lot of praise for improving on the problems of Dressrosa, but I think in hindsight, it still had a lot of the same issues. Okay, we are looking good. All right. Okay, shield up, and then the gun. Ah, oh, nice. They're doing the okay. Yeah. That is pretty snazzy. Oh, they gave you also some alternate blue parts? I'm sure that's somewhere in the anime. Neat, but not 100% something I could, I don't know. I don't know if I do that, so. But I'll keep it anyways. Anyways, I'll mess around further with this in a little bit. I have got to very quickly go put my laundry on to dry. So, BRB. That's not the one I want. restroom, but I am feeling okay now. All right. Oh, whoops. Okay. So sorry. Anyways, so let's try that again. Anyways, here we have the Gundam Ariel, and she looks pretty dang good. I'm gonna remove the shield for the time being. So, like I said, this is a chipified version, albeit still very detailed, version of the Gundam Ariel. And, well, yeah, this works out quite well. I know her shield can combine with her body. I just don't know where it all goes. There's the instructions, so for getting it all on. So we'll take a look at that later. So, all right. I'm also gonna take off the gun for now. How does she pose? Well, first of all, that's unfortunate. So, we got ball joint at the head, and it is double jointed, so she can actually look down and look up pretty far. So that's nice. Rotation at the shoulder, although the armor bits, unfortunately the shoulder armor has that unfortunate problem where it can kind of come a little loose. So that is a bit of a disappointment. Can the arms go up more, or the shoulders? Okay, shoulder armor can go up a lot more, actually. Well, I'm here. Shoulder armor can go up more, so she can, in fact, T-pose. Arm only goes up that far. That is... That's not the most amount. That's like not even 90. That is quite disappointing. Rotation there. Bondi signature ball jointed wrist. And you got the hands. Feel a little bit more sturdy than normal hands for a master grade, so that's nice. You do get a lot of movement at the chest, at the abdominal, so that is really nice actually. So a nice good bit of movement. You got your standard, you got drop down hips. Although these ones go backward rather than forward, which is a little odd. That's not the most common thing. Really nice spread. Leg goes up that far. A lot of movement at the leg. And I think we do have a little bit of dividing armor. Yes, we do. Not the craziest amount of dividing armor, but still really nice. It looks really nice. Still looks really nice. So, well and good. So now, articulation is pretty good. We do also have the opening cockpit, but I will say, while it is nice, while it is nice that the cockpit opens up, I do think it is a bummer we don't get any kind of little pilot figure to go with it. Although, wait, actually, hold on. Close enough. Yeah, we don't get any kind of pilot figure. I know it would be really small, but like just a little bit of something, just a little, even just like a little white head would go a long way to make it look a lot nicer in my opinion. This, the skirt moves around, although it is quite loose. Still works out. But yeah, otherwise, this swords move around all around good. This is, otherwise, I think, a pretty nice little kit. But of course, it also combines with the shield. So, why don't we do that? Let us combine with the shield. Okay, so. I gotta be careful here because I really don't want to break anything. I think there is a way I can detach things a little bit better. So let me see here. Ah, yes. Okay, there we go. That's right. There's a little connector piece here. And for this part here, we can detach these, and actually that's fairly simple. All right, so how do things attach? Well now, so for the rifle, we attach it on like this. Oh man, I haven't seen Witch of Mercury, but I bet you when this is all like happening in the show, it's all like swooshing around all cool, like pew pew. You know, and given the show's animation looks ridiculously good, I bet you this looks incredible. Oh. All right, and then we, am I missing something? Okay, so then this bit goes in. How does it attach? Like that. Okay, and that is, oh no, that's right. Oh no, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh no. Oh me. So to kind of explain, when we streamed this lovely kit before, a piece broke off, rather horrifyingly so, unfortunately. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the whole connection. Can we balance it on maybe? Can we just about bounce it on so that we could at least get the whole effect? Okay, we might be able to actually. Kind of. It means that the skirt is always going to be in a spot of like flying out like that, but it's on. It technically counts as it being on, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so then we're gonna stick these on like this. And these parts are what's gonna go in the shield. I just didn't take them off properly. That's fine. We'll come back to that. We will come back to that. That is a shame because I think in I think in the whole with the whole upgrade form, it would look so cool. It would look really cool. Okay, and then this bit is gonna go here. Nice, nice, nice. And then this part here, because we're unfortunately at a little bit. There you go. That is the bit on form. Yeah, looks. It's not the greatest upgraded form ever. I will say it would look really cool in some flying poses. But yeah, pretty cool. But unfortunately, she has this problem where this bit broke off, which is a massive bummer because I think otherwise it would have been a really solidly put together kit. I mean, at the very least, like everything else works, you know. Also, almost forgot, we also got, you know, the usual beam sabery parts too. So those are always gonna look nice. All well and funky. My stomach's feeling weird today. I might actually call it a little bit early. I know I promised Rampage and Depth Charge, but I don't want the stream to get constantly interrupted by me having to go to the bathroom, if that makes sense. Okay, small complaint. These are a little bit of a pain to get out once they're in. Okay. But yeah, it can indeed fly. It can indeed fly, Shike. I mean, that's why it's called the Gundam Aerial. You know, aerial flying. Just saying. Then again, maybe it can't fly. Maybe it can't fly at all, and it's all one big lie. Who knows? I've not watched Witch from Mercury yet. I'll get to watching it at some point. It's not high on my priority list, admittedly, but I do want to watch it. Which one am I? Gundam. Honestly, I might take a break from watching Gundam for a bit, just because I think it's good to watch other mecha stuff. Like what was the one I was gonna watch next? I think I'm gonna watch Vision of Escaflowne next, or Magic Knight Rayearth. Next, just because good stuff. Because I do love I do love some robots, but I feel like I haven't watched enough robots. I need more. I want more. And is that so wrong? Is it wrong to want more? Rubbing your... Yeah, I'm gonna get it back to like normal sword form just because. Okay, there we go. Shield back up and back to normal. Question, can the saber, yes, the saber effect can still be implemented. That is very nice. Right after the reboot? No, I wanted to, no, not the reboot, maybe the original series. All right, there we go. That is, I think, quite a lovely little kit. Master Grade SD Gundam Aerial. Very, very, very nice. Mostly really fun kit. Very breezy build. Kind of wish I finished it all on one stream, if I'm being honest. But, so, really cute. Very nice. Feels good in the hand. Little boingy little gun. Okay, and we got more beam saber parts that probably just gonna get stored away. How long have we been going for? About hour and a half. I'm probably gonna end it here if I'm being honest, just because I've been a little bit behind on my work actually for videos and some other stuff, so I'm gonna go work on that. And I will film more Transformer videos, but I think I'll do like a dedicated stream for filming them, if I'm being honest, just because I don't know. kind of want to space things out more and give them the attention they deserve. All right, but that was the Gundam area, SD Gundam area. Thank you everybody for joining me. Star Wars as a character. Ooh, that sounds cool. All right, thank you everybody for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day. New video on Friday. I haven't decided what video I'm going to, what's the video that'll go out on Friday will be. So I'll keep you posted on that. But should be good. Love these manuals from Bandai, by the way. They're really cool. Anyway, thank you everybody. Oh, this is a finished run. See y'all later. Oops, I meant to. Yeah, again, sorry for ending it a little early. Stomach's acting a bit funny, so I want to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so.